All right, well let's finish this oil change. I let the oil drain all night last night, and so we'll go ahead and finish this complete oil change on the 2018 Ford Edge Sport. So I'm gonna do, and noticed the difference here on this this oil drain plug that I bought. You can see it's got the 3/8 inset in there to get it off, whereas the original has this little tab that you can grab with your fingers. So I'm going to reuse this because the gasket looks good, everything looks good, and if I got any problems, I can always put that in. So let's put this in, and we'll finish up underneath. And then, yeah, we'll get the filter back in. So let's go underneath, see how this looks. The ramps help ever so slightly tilt the vehicle back so it drains a little bit more than if it was sitting on level ground. But yeah, like I said, let it drain all night. My wife didn't need the vehicle. I'll shove this in and we'll turn it and it snaps in place. I don't see how you could get it any easier than that. So, alright, get this out of the way. I don't think we're going to have any leaks. That's in place. It's interesting how this, here's the exhaust. This is a hard plastic oil pan, and I mean, it's right next to it, and they've got this little heat shield to keep it to keep this from melting by the exhaust. So, whatever. I mean, it's a wave of the future, trying to keep the engine and the whole vehicle lightweight. They cut some corners and trying to keep the vehicle weight down with a hard plastic oil pan. All right, so we're done underneath here. Okay, here's the oil. It's 500 miles. And there's the oil, and I think that's just a testament to how often you need to change these the oil in these Ecoboosts. You know, it's dark. It's not, you know, cooked, but I'm planning on going 5,000 miles with the signature synthetic. Fully synthetic AMSOIL, which, from what I understand, is in my research, it's the best oil you can put in a vehicle. Better than Mobil 1, better than a host of other oils. So, okay, so get some light up here. Just gonna set that up there for now. And the next step, I need to put these O-rings on this filter housing. But before I do that, I want to get a little bit of oil. And just kind of put it on there. getting a little bit on here, and I'm going to put this camera down so I can use two hands to do this. So let's get this down, disabled here, and hopefully I don't drop it like I did in the first video. Alright, so let's get a little bit on there, put this in place. One of my, I don't want to say pet peeves, but I mean, I like watching YouTube videos of how people do things, but unfortunately a lot of the videos don't have the actual video of the person doing it. It's kind of like, hey, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I did, as opposed to actually showing the video of how things happen. So that's what I wanted to do with this video, or these videos, just show you guys how long it takes, what exactly transpires, how easy it is to do things, and actually show it happening. So this thing's a little, doesn't really stretch much. So getting it to go over top of this thing is pain for sure. Not sure how best to do this. Maybe I put it on the side like this. Fold it over the top. Alright, let's set this over here for a second. Alright, so and stretch this ever so slightly. I'm putting it on the side and trying to push it over the top. And I think what I'm going to do is get this tool here, stretch it. Okay, I've got it over. At least I think I do. There we go. Oops. Yeah, I think that's the best way. Oops. I think that's the best way to do it, is you put it here, and then you take your tool, screwdriver, whatever, and you go over the, push it over the top. Maybe. There we go, yeah. So this definitely takes a little bit of effort to get it over there. Much harder than these two for sure. So I got my hands, got this oil on it, so I'm going to kind of wipe that off. Then I'm going to put this oil filter on. I don't think it matters which way it goes, here or here. And I want to make sure that's in there, because when I took the old one out, the filter didn't come with the housing, so I don't know why that was the case. My only thought is that the dealership wasn't so diligent. It wasn't a Ford dealer. So yeah, so this is ready to go. Let's go up top now. Let's see if I can set this camera. Angle it down there. Some light. Maybe. Again, I dropped the camera. Okay. So let's see if I can get this. People talk about like putting oil in there to start with. I don't think I need to do that. But what I would like to do is get this down in there and see if I can get any of the old oil out, sop it up or anything like that. Most of it's drained out, I think. There's still some in there. Make sure you don't get any of the rag remnants down in there. So you can see that. See if I can get a little bit more like this. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I got most of it. Okay. Alright, so that's clean. Now let's go ahead and put this in. This hose is in the way. I'm not sure. It's not. It's interesting. It's not kind of going down straight in there. See if I can get another hand to lift this hose to get it straight, so I can start getting it threaded. Boy, it doesn't want to easily be threaded. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Got this filtering all the way. Trying to get it to hand thread, and it just doesn't seem to want to do that. Let's give it another try. Again, I gotta lift this hose. Alright, I'm gonna get a rag because this is kind of greasy. Not greasy, but oily. Trying to get it straight up and down. But okay, maybe I got it there, maybe. Maybe not. guess I could see how you could cross thread this pretty easily. I'm trying to figure out why it just doesn't want to go on. All right, let me see if I can get a different angle here. See, I mean, I would think it would just kind of sit on there and then you'd be able to thread it easily, but it's like wobbly. Wow. Like I said, I've never done this before. Just trying to get this thing threaded is a pain. I'm not sure I understand why it's so difficult. Alright, let me think about this. I guess it's tilted a little bit, but I mean, this hose is a pain in the way, but it shouldn't. It should be able to. Just doesn't want to. Wow. Alright, I'm going to try my other hand, see if I can. I'm going to show a different angle here with this light. Bring the camera over here. Let's see if I can show this angle. A little bit. Did not think this would be that difficult to get this thing threaded. Here, I tell you what, I'm gonna use this ratchet, get this head on it, and see if I can work it that way, because I know no. Wow. Well, this is definitely not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Trying to get this piece threaded in there. Oh. I didn't have it all the way down in there apparently. And now it's gone. That's interesting. So I didn't have it pushed all the way down in. And yeah. So that was kind of a pain. So now it's on there, and I can tighten it up now. I don't know. Again, I'm not sure exactly why that was so much of a problem. But you've got to work that filter all the way down in there. Not sure what the torque specs are on this, but it was snug as long as it's not leaking. Just going to get it snug and make sure it's not leaking. And again, that's why I kind of like to show you guys, or I like to watch videos with the actual, work here, so you guys can see sometimes the frustration that you run into. It's not as easy. It's not as easy as it's always made out to be. And then the last step is just putting in the new oil. So let me hang this up here. Check. Some dust or something on there. And this takes 6 quarts. So let's do this part. I remember back in the day trying to put oil in a car without using the filter, or the funnel, just trying to not use the funnel. That was always fun. Trying not to spill oil all over the engine. Those days are long gone. Use the funnel. It makes sense. Alright. So this is a gallon. So 4 quarts. And what I understand is you put in the oil and you just let it sit for 15 or 20 minutes, and then you check the level, because it kind of takes a while for the oil to get all the way down to the bottom of the engine where the dipstick is. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put in 6 quarts. And then check it after about 15-20 minutes. Okay. Poke a hole in this. And I just want to put in half of this. Might put in a little bit less than half just to make sure I'm not going over the 6 quarts, because again, you don't want to overfill. But yeah. Again, first time doing this, I want to make sure I do it right. So we'll try to get another half a quart. I'll go ahead and put in 6. Okay. So that's 6 quarts. And off this cap. And put this on. And that's that. So the only thing left to do is to start it up, and I've already reset the oil life monitor on the car because it wasn't really showing anything. I'll take the used oil, pour it back into the jugs, and take it over to Jiffy Lube for recycling. And yeah, check for leaks after I start it up, and then we're done. So thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful to you. Apologize for some of the angles and dropping the camera again, but hope it's helpful to you. And if you guys own one of these Edge Sports, maybe you can, you know, change the oil yourself and save yourself some money, and or take that money and invest it into a really good oil like Amazon.